February. February is a special month. Do you know why? It's a winter month, that's true. And where some of us live, we often have snow and ice in winter. That means fun. Fun in different ways. Fun in many different ways. In other places in our country in February, there isn't any snow or ice. The sun is bright and warm. In still other places, the weather is wet and rainy. But no matter what the weather is, or where you may live in this country, February is a special month. Let's look at the calendar to see why. How many days are there? Yes, February has only 28 days this year. Now, January had 31 days. And March, the month that comes after February, also has 31 days. April has 30 days. In fact, every month except February has either 30 days or 31 days. February has 28 days, except once every 4 years when it has 29 days. We call this leap year. But whether it has 29 days or 28 days, February is always the shortest month of the year. That's special, isn't it? Is there anything more that is special about February? Yes, it has 3 special days. One of these is February 12th. Do you know what is special about this day? It's the birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Do you know about February 14th? This is Valentine's Day, when we send valentines to our friends. The third special day is February 22nd, the birthday of George Washington. Do you know who George Washington was? He was the first president of our country. He was born more than 200 years ago. Much of our country was wilderness when George Washington was a boy. There were not many schools in America then, so George could not go to school every day as you do. Still, he learned much by talking to people, such as this surveyor, and by watching people work. We can imagine how carefully he would watch. He wanted to learn as much as he could. He was very honest. Everyone liked him and trusted him. This is how he looked when he grew up. When he was a man, George Washington became a general in the army. He led our soldiers in the Revolutionary War, and he helped us to win our freedom. He was brave, a great leader, and his countrymen loved him. Then, after our freedom had been won, George Washington became our country's first president. The capital city of our country is named for our first president, Washington. In this city you can see the Washington Monument, built to honor the man who is known as the father of our country. So his birthday, February 22nd, is a special day. Now let's look at another special day. February 12th is Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin more than 100 years ago. When he was a boy, he read a great deal after he had finished helping his mother and father with the day's work. When Abraham Lincoln grew up, he was friendly with everyone. and still he read whenever he could. He wanted to learn many things. People in the town where he lived liked him. He was one of the most honest young men they had known, and that's why they called him Honest Abe. They trusted him and respected him. Many years later, he was elected President of the United States. Today, people from all over the country visit a great monument to Abraham Lincoln in our nation's capital. His birthday is February 12th. Well, 2 of the special days in this month are birthdays of presidents of our country. But what about the 3rd special day? February 14th, Valentine's Day. This is a happy time when we see many hearts, because on this day especially, we tell people we care about them. We give hearts to say we are giving our love and friendship. We give Valentines to our family. We send Valentines to friends and relatives who live far away. And we give them to our friends who live near us. This is a special day for telling people that we care about them. In our class, February will be a busy, happy month as we learn and tell about the special days. Do you remember what day is George Washington's birthday? Do you remember how he learned things when he was a boy? Could you tell why he is called the father of our country? Could you make a cabin like the one in which Abraham Lincoln was born? What day is his birthday? Do you remember how, as he grew up, Abraham Lincoln spent much of his time reading? Of course, you remember what day is Valentine's Day. And of course, you know why this is one of the happiest days in February. And in the whole year.
So this is something that my assistant Ryan found in a film can, a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, wow, this is like a Valentine's, like a really sad, scary one. Or not scary, but it's very sad. Keep me, please evaluate. And it's basically, it's a preview film. The idea was that educational film companies would often send preview films to school systems, libraries, and they would review them to see if it was appropriate for what they were teaching, make notes about it. And so the idea was, you know, if the school liked it, or the librarian liked it, or the teachers liked it, then it would be approved, and if they didn't like it, they would evaluate it and send it back, and then the educational film company would sometimes make revisions, or the next edition they would change things. So there was a lot of that kind of interplay. It's really interesting. I'm going through and editing some educational film catalogs from the 30s, and there are all these notes, teacher's notes, that are included in the review that basically say this is excellent, or this is outdated, or spend too much time on this one thing and not enough on this other. Stuff like that is really kind of fascinating. So it's Valentine's Day. If you're in Raleigh, we're doing a show at the Alamo Raleigh on New Bern Avenue at 7 o'clock, where we're showing awkward love films from the 70s. And many, many years ago, see, what I would do when I was doing like monthly shows in person all the time, I would alternate between doing ones about love and ones about venereal disease, kind of back and forth, because I have lots about both. And so one year I did one called, the show was called Lovey Dovey, and it's kind of general talks about love from the 70s, with some little specific stuff. But I have not shown any of those films, so I figured I'll do a show. There's one film I probably won't show because it involves copulating beanbag frogs, but everything else we will show. So let's start off with this Most Important Person film, part of a series, Different Kinds of Love. And let's see if there's any toe tappers in this. Enjoy.
The most important person in the whole wide world is you, and you hardly even know you. The most important person in the whole wide world is you. Come on, we'll show you. Let's find out more about the things you feel and do, 'cause you're the most important person in the world to you.
What are you doing? Sprinkling my flower. Do you have to do that? Sure, 'cause I love it, and it's mine, and I take care of it. If you didn't sprinkle it, would somebody else? I don't know. Is that really your very own bird? I feed it all the time. I can't feed you all the time, birds, 'cause I don't have that much food, and I don't have that much time, but I love you. Why did they fly away?
There are many different kinds of boys in the world. There are many different kinds of girls in the world. There are many different kinds of birds in the world. There are crows. There are robins. There are many different kinds of trees in the world. Many different ways of saying please in the world. Just as there are different shapes of clouds up above, there are many different kinds of love. Kinds of love. Kinds of love. 'Cause I love my family in a much different way than I love to play outside on a bright sunny day. And I also love my friends and pets and my toys and my bed when I'm sleepy. There are many different kinds of towers in the world. There are many different kinds of flowers in the world. Just as there are many stars that shine high above, there are many different kinds of love. Kinds
What do you take care of? Who do you love? The most important person.
So, yeah, the most important person series was something that ran. Some people said that it showed during Captain Kangaroo. Maybe that's where I remember it from. But there's many films in that series, and some of them deal with emotional stuff. Some of them deal with food. So it's all over the map. All right. So films about love. No, I'm sorry, no venereal disease films today, I don't think. But this next one is just called Love. And I think this is Canadian. And it's part of this series, of which I think another film in that series I'm showing tonight, which is called Dating. But so here's Love. Enjoy.
Hi. Hi, back already?
Is it a good picture, dear?
Yeah. Joan and I are going to get married.
Married? Are you out of your mind?
Well, what brought all this on?
Oh, darling, you haven't.
We love each other.
Movies. Television. All stuff full of that romantic garbage.
Do you really love him? Are you sure?
What about your education? You've never worked, not really. For this day and age, you're not yet half educated.
How will you live? You're too young to know what love is.
But I know I love him. I know I want to be with him more than anyone in the world.
How did all this get started, anyway?
Cut it out now, please. You know how I feel about that kind of thing.
But Joan, if we love each other, why wait?
If you loved me as much as I love you, then we wait until we were married. But if you really love me, we get married right away. I'm not going to give myself away before we're married. Don't you understand that? And it will be perfect. Just the way I always dreamed it would.
Don't worry, pal. You aren't gonna have too much time for pool. Not in the next couple 100 years, anyways.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Except that once you're married, you're not gonna have much time for pool.
Yeah, man. There it is. I can see it now. Beautiful, sunshiny day. And there you are, trotting along behind a baby carriage.
Think you're off your nut. Married. If you need an anchor, go get a cement block.
How can you tie yourself down to one person? Man, when I think of all the chicks just waiting for me at college. You know, I bet I haven't met 1/10 of the girls in my life yet.
Hey, what are you gonna do? You found a job? Folks gonna help out?
Not yet. I really haven't looked around too much.
I've had enough of this. Let's go swimming or something. Man, cheer up. Enjoy your last days of freedom.
Gee, sure wish you could come to college with us. We were gonna all live in the same dorm.
Well, who says I'm not?
So how you gonna swing it?
I'll spend all the time.
Hey, here comes the anchor now.
Let's go for a walk in the park. It's a beautiful day. We could start making some plans.
I'm kind of busy with the guys right now. I'll be over tonight, okay?
Look, Joan, just because you kiss a guy or neck with him a little bit doesn't mean you want to make it permanent. If I like someone, I let him kiss me, but I don't go overboard.
I dug him from the first time I met him. So crazy and unpredictable. You've never felt the way I do.
I guess I haven't. I guess I just want to look around a bit more. I figure the more boys I meet, the more boys I'll date. And the more dates I have, the better I'll learn about men in general. And the better I know about men, the better off I'll be when I meet Mr. Right. I'm not going to take any chances on the guy I'll be spending the rest of my life with. Maybe I'm crazy, but I want to know the man I'm going to marry a long time before we march down the aisle. I think I'll wait until the boys I know quit being unpredictable.
But that's what makes it interesting. It's more fun.
Listen, I've heard my mother and father go at it when they thought I couldn't hear. I think my mom and dad are happy people, but believe you me, that doesn't stop them from having a scrap every now and then. I mean, they're just like other people. Quit thinking marriage is like a television show.
Look, have you given any more thought to this marriage thing? You're 18. That means we have to give our permission. I just want to be absolutely sure. You know, in another 3 years, you'll be 21. You won't need our permission. Is that such a long time to wait?
Dad, you act like we're going to get over it like a cold or the measles. You're just trying to stop us from what we want to do.
No. No, not if you really have your heart set on it. It's just that in 3 years, you'll be over the age of consent, both of you. Joan will be out of high school for a while, and you'll hopefully be well on your way to a college degree. It's not forever. If you feel the same way, then you can go ahead.
Well, what's it really like being married? You know, living with the same person all the time.
Finding marriage isn't easy. Or love. I had some friends that got married when they were pretty young. I guess they were both a little over-anxious. Or they let some over-anxious girl talk them into it.
Joan's not over-anxious.
Good. Then maybe she'll wait. You know, some of my friends that got married when they were young found out in a hurry that a good part of marriage consists of meeting the bills, looking out for the kids, and just making ends meet. Marriage isn't a perpetual honeymoon, you know. It's companionship and sharing. Your mother and I knew each other quite a few years before we got married, and even with that, we threw each other some pretty stiff curves in the way of surprises and habits, and just the way we look at things. Even with all the go-go in the world today, people are pretty much the same as they've always been. Still, those old-fashioned qualities like honesty and thoughtfulness, kindness and affection, they're still the things we admire the most. Infatuation isn't love. Love doesn't just happen. It grows. And it takes a long time to grow if it's going to last a lifetime. You know, I bet our divorce rates would be cut in half if all those people that believed in love at first sight would just take a second look.
They're just really getting
Come on. My mother was after me again today. She said, Joan, how are you going to live? As if I was going to expire with the next breath. And she wanted to know what I was going to do about school. I told her we'd make out all right. I wish they'd just leave us alone. Once we have a home of our own, then they'll know how wrong they are.
That's just it. What about school? I want to go to college.
But you can still go. You can start as soon as we settle down. I can work, and maybe our parents will help when they calm down.
Work at what? And what am I going to work at? Think about it. I don't want to get married. I'm not ready for it, and I don't think you are either. Let's just call the whole thing off while we cool down.
Some big deal you are. You're just scared. You've let a lot of people frighten you with a lot of stories.
Joan, use your head, for crying out loud. You're not interested in being married. You're in love with the idea of being married, like it's some kind of a fairy tale.
What is that song? When I Was Young? Is that what that song is? It's a cover? I guess we'll find out when YouTube sends me something. Let me shut this. All right, I'm back. I think my assistants are talking about Bob Dylan, and it's throwing me off. Okay, so that's very similar. This last film was very similar to a show that I did called Love Is, ? And it was a bunch of coronet films, which were Are You Ready for Marriage, Going Steady, Are You in Love, or How Do You Know It's Love? And what I found is that the vast majority of the films, if it was asking a yes or no question, the answer was no, including the last film, which was made by Family Films, which was called Should I Marry Outside My Faith? The answer was no. So that film, Love, was no, basically. But this next film is great. It's super hippy-dippy. I love it. It's called To Be in Love. And this is for Valentine's Day, of course. So enjoy.
The first time I fell in love, the guy was really cute. Bob. I was really a sketch. I went right out of my mind. Love was fantastic. Love was wonderful. The whole world was covered with love. And it would never end. That was the special magic. It would never end.
Somewhere in the autumn, someone is waiting there for me. Resting in a shadow all her own, she whispers words I cannot see. Floating on a breeze just out of reach, she's just a dream, and I'm her dreamer. Sunrise veils your face from me, the silence of the nighttime draws you near. How long can I wait before I find you?
And again, it comes into your mind, there's a lot of other girls in this world,
something bothers you, like, I'm 18 and I want to make sure, I want to find out, I want to go out and make sure there's other girls and I want to meet them.
But when you come down to that, you know, talking about that one love, like, you can't just fall in love. I don't think that's an accident, right? That can't happen, I don't think. You have to know, when you say I love you, you have to know the I and you have to know the you before you can really say it and before it really means something.
I guess with, you know, everyone, love is more or less like a religion. I don't know, a celebration of two people.
That's mainly what keeps most of us going. That whole big thing of loving each other. You know, not the flower child kind of love, because in most facts it's really kind of phony. It's another kind of love that comes out of respect, you know? Respecting someone as he is and as you know he can be.
What you need is somebody to build you up. You know, not to bring you down.
Far away, I can't see you, miles away.
About 2 years ago, you know, I had to find a girl to be in love with because that was the expected thing to do. You know, I did a couple dances with the girl. We started to talk. She said that her contact lens was falling out or something, and she had to run back to the girls' room, okay? She came out about 5 minutes, making sure that I wasn't left.
You may love the girl, not only for her personality, you may love her for the body she got, for the way she looked, and how she carries herself.
But if everybody, you know, just let each other know how they really feel, then there would be more togetherness.
You gotta love people for themselves and for what they can be and for what you want, not only for what you want them to be, for what you think they can be. You can be a man and, you know, sad and lonely, and you meet a woman and she can bring out, you know, make you feel good, and it makes you you know, glow almost. You feel you just feel real good. You feel good towards the world, and you just carry yourself that way. And all of that sadness and trouble, you know, having problems and this and that, then you can cope with them more easily because you know that you got someone that really feels for you.
Love is a simple thing. All it means is everything. And whom do you love?
I think love is something very extensive. It's boundless. I really think that there's so many things that you can find in love that you'll never know about, and you just can't say the fullest because it'll never be the fullest because there's so much you can give every time. It's just so much.
Love is a simple thing. All it means is everything. The clock asks the time.
But if you don't love a person, then you know you can say I love you, and then don't feel it. But if you don't feel love, then there can't be any love at all.
Almost too late. Love is a simple thing. All it means is everything. Be careful of each. Time is beautifully shy. When love's open gazing.
Her parents are so tough that she just
dying for a little affection, but she doesn't get any.
Some girls think, what am I going to do? If he leaves me, what am I going to do? But you should never think of that. You should just accept it and just be in love and accept love and just take it to the moment now.
Like you can love some person in one time and really sincerely love them, but then like time will change it and change you, and you're a different person and you need a different love, sort of.
You know, he can be the person you love, he can be your friend, he can be your lover, and all that, but he can't be turned into the only person you lean on, the only thing you live for.
We're trying to find love with each other. Like right now, I ain't in love with anybody. I mean, a girl. But I mean, I still have love. Why does it have to take place in marriage and everything, right? That's what we're talking about. None of us here are married. We're all talking about how it's love and everything. It's good to talk about it, yeah, but... Like, I have love and I ain't even going steady with a girl.
Question, I went with this girl and like when we broke up, our feelings like towards each other was like sort of neutral. You know, like she loves me a lot and like I couldn't really say I like my love was dying out just like a tape recorder. It runs out of tape. A man can always run out of love sometimes.
If a person really loves you, if it's true love, then they're not going to ask you to change. They're going to accept you as what you are and what you can be.
You know, they talk about all these high morals and standards and ethics, and they do something that's just incredible. You know, it's just no loyalty. And then they say, why don't you trust me? You know, and it's just as you know, as they're sitting there trying to make it with your best friend or something, and they say, why don't you trust me? I don't understand.
Sex really has nothing to do with love. Sex is just what you would call an enjoyment. It's just like drugs. A lot of people like to test drugs out to see why everybody say, don't do this. A lot of girls want to test this boy out to see why mama say, don't let that boy touch you.
That's what it is. It's garbage because that's all anybody ever gives me. And I don't get any kind of friendship attitude towards me. I don't get any really personal, down-to-earth attitude. It's more like, can I see you tonight, sweetheart thing. It really is. I hate it. I just can't stand, and that's why I'm not going to trust anybody.
Once we had an argument about sex and love. My friend said sex is only a physical thing, and therefore love is one physical thing, you know. So I said, no, it's a divine thing.
I think, personally, that sex outside of marriage destroys love completely. I don't think it can build. I think there are too many hang-ups that both people have, no matter what they say.
But we always argued. I don't know why. We just always argued about something. It was about sex or something, and he said, you know, Caroline, I really love you in this jump in bed routine. And I said, no. You know, I said, I don't even know you, and they can't understand that.
I guess you have to say that love has power. I mean, it's almost another word for energy, like atomic energy, only in a way more powerful.
But it's a growing thing. You don't like a girl or love a girl at the beginning, and then it grows. I think it's a like to a love, and then a better type of love after that.
How long can I wait before I find you?
And as far as saying it, I mean, what can you say? You know, the same thing your parents say, don't go steady, don't just date one person, which at the time seems completely ridiculous, but which is really the soundest advice. And I think it all does depend on family life.
There's always pain involved in love, especially if you're young.
Being yourself and have somebody loving you, that's the best thing, you know. How can someone love me, you say to yourself. And when you find that someone does, you say, gee, I'm really special. I'm not just an ordinary person. Somebody has found qualities within me, you know, that you may have thought you had, but you're never quite sure till somebody else finds it in you. And then you just wake up, you know, and you find that You're like the most special person in the world at that moment.
Just out of reach, you're just a dream and I'm your dream. How long can I wait before I find you? How long can I wait until you're mine?
A Billy Budd film, and at the end it listed some other films in that series, and I do have some of those films, and they are equally as hippy-dippy. So let's see. Somebody mentioned Wonder Cat, and then there was like a, no, don't show Wonder Cat. But I'm just going to go ahead and apologize for this next film about love. Sorry.
It's gonna be happy, it's gonna be great. I gotta hurry, don't wanna be late. I can learn to be the best that I can possibly be. Where? Down at the Sunshine Factory. The place isn't fancy, it's not very wide. But we make sunshine deep down inside. You don't have to buy it 'cause it's yours for free. Where? Down at the Sunshine Factory. Give it to others, friend or foe. 'Cause when you make sunshine, you gotta let it go. So come on along and follow me. 'Cause everything's waiting at the factory. Yeah, the sunshine, the sunshine. Down at the Sunshine Factory. I said the sunshine, the sunshine. Down at the Sunshine Hi, PJ!
Oh, hi.
PJ! Nothing to do today, huh, PJ?
What do you mean, nothing to do today, huh, PJ?
Well, you're sweeping up. I mean, if you're cleaning up, there must be nothing to do today.
No, just the opposite. I'm sweeping up because I've got to hurry and get back to work. We have a big order that's got to be filled today.
Oh, today? Well, what's the word today, PJ? Yeah.
Agape. We have a big order for agapes, and they're perishable, so we have to make sure they get out this afternoon.
Like ice cream? Are agapes like ice cream? You have to get them quick before they melt?
I couldn't have explained it better myself.
PJ, how do you spell agape?
A-G-A-P-E. And we better hurry because Mr. Oomstott will be in a panic. Now pull the chain. Yeah! Well, we've got a lot to do in the next few minutes. The factory should be putting out the agapes any second now. Right, Mr. Oomstott?
Right. Here they come! Here they come! Get the boxes! Get the packing boxes!
Looky here.
Right, yes. Here they are.
PJ, look, these agapes are the best things we've ever produced.
Yeah.
Can I take one home, PJ? I think they would make a great pet.
We'll see as soon as the order's filled.
PJ, what are agapes?
sounds Greek to me.
That's it. You got it. Very good.
What?
It's Greek. It's a Greek word that means love. Lots of love.
Oh, is that what the Sunshine Factory is making?
Yeah, that's what the Sunshine Factory's all about. Love. The best kind of love there is. A deep, concerned, caring kind of love. Oh, look at that one. Agape. Yeah. Even the word agape has a sour taste to it. Well, he has too many for my own good. I'll fix him. Evil.
Puppies are beautiful, kittens are beautiful, fish and birds and butterflies too. God made these for us to love. Old friends are beautiful, new friends are beautiful, books and art and music too. God made these for us to love. Babies are beautiful, age is beautiful, laughter and tears and living too. God made these for us to love. Waterfalls are beautiful, sunsets are beautiful, trees and grass and flowers too. God made these for us to love, to love. God made these for us to love.
How's everything going?
We're almost out of boxes.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
What do we do with all these agapes?
Huh. Oh, no, I thought we had enough boxes. Have you been packing them 3 to a box?
Yes, but we're out of boxes. Maybe we should pack 4 to a box.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, Mr. Instott, how many agapes did I tell you we needed?
Let me see, I have the order form right here. Agape. 140.0. 140, boss.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But there seemed to be more than that, and the factory's still putting more out.
I gave the order form to Stedley. He set the factory production number calibrator. I'll go get them. Stedley! Stedley!
Oh, you're Jeannie.
Oh, boss! Yes, boss, did you call me?
Yeah, how many agapes did you program the factory for, Steadley?
Well, I got it right here on this piece of paper. Mr. Umstadt, he read it to me, I copied it down. 150.0. 1,400, yep.
No, I ordered 140, not 1,400. Oh, no. What happened to the decimal point?
Ah, the decimal point? That little period?
Yes.
I didn't know what it was for, so I just ignored it.
That little period, as you call it, means that we've got 1,260 extra agapes. Oh, and what are we going to do for boxes? Scott, Clint. Hey, could you get some more boxes? Hurry. Hey, everybody. Look at all the extra agapes. Would you mind taking some home to your family? And give some to your friends, all right?
What's the worst thing that ever happened to you?
Let's see, the worst thing. Oh, yeah, I remember. It was the time I fell off my skateboard and knocked a tooth out. The tooth was loose anyway, but it still hurt. And besides, I looked awfully funny then.
What do you mean you looked awfully funny then? What about now?
Very funny, Scott. What's the worst thing that ever happened to you?
I guess it was the time I had to. No, I know. I had my arms filled with packages, and I tried to climb the stairs to my house. I didn't make it. I fell down, and there were eggs broken everywhere. Did you have any broken bones? No, but I thought I was going to get my head broken when I told my dad what had happened. It certainly was no joke. Joke. What's the worst thing that ever happened to you? Are you sure you want to know? I asked, didn't I? Do you remember at the beginning of the school year when I wanted to be your friend? No, I didn't even know you. I know. That's what I mean. I tried and tried to even get you to talk to me, but you didn't care. You could have cared less. Every single time I tried to talk with you, you acted as if I wasn't even there. And once when I got mad at you and yelled at you, you didn't even acknowledge that I was alive. Being ignored really hurt me. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was doing that. I just didn't care one way or the other then. That's called apathy, not caring one way or the other. I'm sorry. I know that now, but it sure hurt then.
Nobody loved me, not a movie star. Nobody loves me. Look how skinny my arms are. Nobody loves me. That's why I weep. Can't they see that love is more than just skin deep? Nobody loves me. I guess I'm just too hairy. Nobody loves me. Some people think I'm scary. I don't think so. Nobody loves me. Yeah, that's why I weep. I wish they'd learn that love's more than skin deep. I work in dangerous places. Yes, I do. I do most of my work alone, all by myself, while filling up empty spaces. I wish I'd hear that telephone ring, somebody call me and say, hey boy, I love you. Nobody loves me. You see, I have this here funny walk. Nobody loves me. Sometimes I even have trouble when I talk. Nobody loves me. That's why I weep. I wish they'd all learn that love is more than skin deep. Oh. I just want to be friends with people, so I can just put my arms around them, and around them, and around them, and around them. La da da dee, la 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 la.
DJ, will you check the bearing swivel in my neck? It seems to be stuck.
Stuck? What? It's not even there. Do you have any idea where it might be?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Well, don't worry. I think I have an idea where it is.
And when my marble hits your marble and knocks it out of the ring, then I get another turn. And I get to keep your
Hey,
marble
but what
as
are you
well.
two up to?
Well, he's teaching me to play marbles, but he seems to be winning.
I think his winning's about over. And you don't need to tell me where you got those marbles.
You want me to give them back right now, don't you?
Don't you like Romar?
Sure. He's sort of a good friend of mine. In fact, I have a sort of love for him.
But love doesn't take, love gives.
I guess we took Romar for granted.
I think so.
Here, Romar. Sorry I took your marbles.
You didn't lose any of them, did you?
I wouldn't lose your marbles.
Thanks, Jeff.
Better now?
Rome are better with marbles than without.
Boss, do you think you could do something about all of these agapes?
Do you think we have too many?
Well, I don't know. I have a hard time keeping them from crawling into the machinery back here and getting hurt.
We're working on it, Chadsworth. Say, you don't suppose it's possible to have too much love, do you?
Oh, nope. And I never thought love would come in so many different colors.
Hey, do you have a favorite color?
Oh, no, but I like all of them. Oh, excuse me, boss. I gotta go save an agape from the purge juice bin.
Oh, that's right. Oh. I have enough hate and apathy in here to do away with all the little agapes that PJ could ever produce. I'll just tippy-toe into the Sunshine Factory and spring open my case of anti-love. And put the Sunshine Factory out of the agape business and into the rain cloud business. Yes, it has a nice ring to it, rain cloud business. I like it.
Excuse me, mister.
What? Why should I? Excuse me?
Well, we need to get these boxes back to the Sunshine Factory. Would you help us?
Me help you? You've got to be kidding.
Well, if you're not going to help us, can you hold our agapes whilst we get the boxes?
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, those two over there.
Wait a minute. Wait, you can't leave these furry creatures. Oh, here, take this back.
Oh, that's okay. We have plenty.
Oh, but you can't leave these here. Oh, look at them. They're all looking at me. Oh, they're off. Well, they're not really that bad.
Love conquers all. Hello, I'm Jeff Clocky.
And I'm Lisa Torres.
And this is 60 Seconds. In the next 60 seconds, we will delve into the events and news stories which have been so much a part of your life.
There's been a sudden influx on the market of a fad product called agapes. Agapes seem to be everywhere. Today, we have the manufacturer of agapes as our guest. Sir, I understand you run a Sunshine Factory where agapes are produced.
Yes, I do. But I have to correct you on one thing. They're not a fad. Here today, gone tomorrow. Agapes have been with us a long time.
Isn't agape another word for love?
Yes, agape is love.
Well, then why do you call your plant the Sunshine Factory when you don't make sunshine, but make agapes instead?
Well, no, we make sunshine. You see, God's love is like sunshine. It fills you and warms you and gives you boundless energy.
It sounds like a product too good not to have.
We really don't make it. We just help other people find it for themselves.
I'm sure after this interview, we will be flooded with letters and inquiries as to where people can get your agapes. So could you kind of tell us now how to get in touch with you?
Oh, me? Oh, no. No one should want to get in touch with me. I'm not the important thing. God's love is. Why, you get God's love by just being ready to accept it.
Well, your agapes have a reputation of multiplying rather fast.
Yes, they do spread quickly, don't they? And the most important thing is that the more you give, the more you get in return.
I'm sorry, but that's all the time we have for this edition of 60 Seconds.
I'm Lisa Torres with my agapes.
And I'm Jeff Clocky with mine.
Hoping you pass it on and live the good news.
Uh-oh, something's going on. Uh-oh. That's weird. Alright, hold on. Alright. I don't know what happened there. I think OBS was like, that's it. I'm done. No more. Just like how the Syntel scanner was like, no, we're stopping. I think the OBS was like, you have Christian puppets, like weird videos, effects, songs, and then the clown. I'm done. Totally finished. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that, why that file crapped out, but maybe it did us a favor. I'm not sure. But no, I'm not going to show Mark of the Clown, which is the clown film. It's a look at the Eucharist as done completely with clowns. We did that. Maybe we'll do that again some other time, but not today. But thanks for tuning in today. Jeremy and Nathan, thank you so much for the donations via the thank button, which is in the comments for YouTube. Also, thanks for all the comments. You guys, I guess this was kind of a playground of stuff to watch and to think about. It wasn't like showing films on fractions. There was a lot to absorb and to riff on. So thanks for that. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. That's one way you can show your support for AV Geeks. Another way is go to our YouTube channel and watch some videos. There's some annoying advertising on it, but that actually helps pay the bills. And it's kind of funny. It's like, it's a couple of cents per you seeing that ad and then, clicking skip ads. I get like a couple of pennies. So, I don't know. Is that worth your time? I'm not sure. But it does help us. We basically can help pay off our film scanner. We're looking at buying some shelves, film cans, all that stuff. Another way you can support us is buy us coffee at ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. Those are great ways to support us. But just watching and tolerating what we unleash on you is very much appreciated. So, we'll be back tomorrow on Wednesday. If you happen to be in the Triangle area in North Carolina and want to see some 16mm films being projected live, you can go tonight at 7 o'clock to the Alamo Draft House. You don't have to buy tickets. It's in the lobby, in the Video Vortex lobby, and we'll be watching awkward love 16mm films made in the 70s. And I would love to see you. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Love each other. Love yourself. And of course, on Valentine's Day, please rewind. Everybody take care. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
We need to get these boxes back to the Sunshine Factory. Would you help us?
Me? Me help you? You've got... Oh.
Even a go
Cloud, I like
Excuse me, mister.
Why should I? Why should I? Excuse me.
Well, we need to get these boxes back to the Sunshine Factory. Would you help us?
Me? Me help you? You've got to be kidding.
Well, if you're not going to help us, can you hold our agapes whilst we get the boxes? Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh. Oh.
You can those two over there.
Wait a minute. Wait, you can't leave these furry creatures. Oh, here, take this back.
Oh, that's okay. We have plenty.
Oh, but you can't leave these here. Oh, look at them. They're all looking at me. Oh, they're off. Well, they're not really that bad.
Love conquers all.
Hello, I'm Jeff Clucky, and
Why, you get God's love by